Sunshines, and welcome to another virtual story time with Mrs. C. I'm Mrs. C, your favorite virtual storytime librarian, here to share another great day of reading, learning, and fun. Did you enjoy story time on yesterday? I'm so glad you did. Do you remember our letter of the week? That's right, letter B. Can you say good morning to our letter friend, Bookie Ben? Good morning, Bookie Ben. Welcome back to Story Time. Sunshines, today is Bookie Ben's last day sharing stories with us on this week. But don't worry, he'll be back soon. So, before we jump into today's story time, let's recap. What sound does the letter B make? Good job, Sunshines. And can you think of some words that begin with the letter B? Ben. Ben begins with the letter B. Good job, Sunshines. Can you think of another word that you haven't said any this week? Billy Goat, that's right, Billy Goat. You know, Billy Goat is a part of one of the stories that we have in this very library. But don't worry, we'll share that story with you on another day. One more question. Do you remember the sign for the letter B? That's right. This is the sign for the letter B. Do you remember the sign for the word book? That's right. This is the sign for the word book. What about the word bunny? This is the sign for the word bunny. And the word ball? This is the sign for the word ball. Good job, Sunshines. You guys are extremely smart, and Mrs. C is extremely proud of you. So, are you ready for our Move and Groove Minute on today? Well, jump on up, Sunshines. Why don't you go grab your grown-ups or your friends, and let's move and groove. And I'll be right back with Bookie Ben and our story of the day. Have fun, Sunshines.
Let's body boogie, you and me will shake and boogie easily. Shake your head from the top, count to 3 and then we'll stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now shake it to the right, shake it to
Did you enjoy the Move and Groove minute, Sunshines? Did you get all of your wiggles out? Are you ready for story time? I can't hear you. Are you ready for story time? Well, let's jump right into today's story. Bookie Ben has found a great story for us to read, and he told me that it was one of his favorites. So let's read Jack and the Beanstalk, Sunshines. Are you ready to read the story? Let's go. Once there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother. They were very poor. One day, Jack's mother told Jack to sell their cow at market to get money for food. On his way there, he met an old man. "I'll give you magic beans for her," the old man said. Magic beans? Thought Jack. They sound exciting. He gave the old man the cow and took the beans in return. Then he went home to his mother. Did Jack do what his mother told him to do? No, Jack exchanged the cow for what? Magic beans. Jack's mother was extremely cross. "Silly boy," she shouted. "Thanks to you, we have no cow and no money." She threw the beans out of the window and sent Jack to bed. The next morning, Jack was amazed when he looked out of the window. A giant beanstalk had sprung up while he was sleeping. Jack ran outside and began to climb the beanstalk. Up and up he went, higher and higher, until he reached the top. There, he found a road which led to a big house. So Jack's mother was extremely upset with him for getting magic beans instead of exchanging the cow for food. What happened when she threw the beans out of the window? That's right, they grew into a giant beanstalk. And there you see Jack climbing the beanstalk, right? I wonder where the beanstalk leads to. Do you want to find out? Let's keep reading. Jack's tummy was rumbling with hunger, so he knocked on a large wooden door. A giant woman answered, and Jack asked if she would give him some breakfast. "You will be breakfast if my husband finds you," she told Jack. "He's much bigger than me, and he eats children." But Jack begged and pleaded, and at last she let him in. She gave him some bread and milk. Soon they heard loud footsteps. The giant man was coming. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," the giant roared. The giant's wife quickly hid Jack in a cupboard. "Don't be so silly," the giant's wife said. "You smell the sausages I've cooked. Now sit down and eat." So when Jack knocked on the door, who met him at the door? A giant woman. But was she afraid to let Jack in? Yes, she was. Do you remember why? Because her husband eats children. Good job, Sunshines. Let's keep reading the story. After wolfing down 3 plates of sausages, the giant took out 2 big sacks filled with coins. He started to count the coins, but he was sleepy after his big breakfast and soon began to snore. When the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and grabbed a sack. Then he rushed out of the house, along the road, and straight down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was overjoyed to see him, and she was even happier when she saw the gold. They lived well while the money lasted, but after a year, it had all been spent. Once again, Jack and his mother had nothing to eat. "Don't worry, Mother," said Jack. "I'll just go back up the beanstalk to the giant's house." So after eating, the giant what? He started counting his money, but he was so sleepy because of all of the food that he ate. So when he fell asleep, what did Jack do? He took one of the bags of money and took off running, right? And did it help him and his mom for a little while? Yes, it did, but they soon ran out of money, so Jack decided to do what? Go back up the beanstalk. Good job, Sunshines. And so he did. Just as before, Jack knocked on the door and begged the giant's wife for something to eat. "Go away," she told him. "The last time you were here, a sack of gold disappeared. My husband was really cross." But once again, Jack begged and pleaded, and at last, the woman let him in. She gave him some bread and milk and hid him in the cupboard. Soon the giant stomped in, bellowing, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Nonsense," said the giant's wife. "You smell the yummy soup I made." Peeping through a crack in the cupboard door, Jack saw the giant slurp down a barrel full of soup. So Jack went back to the giant's house. Did the woman want to let him in? No, because she said her husband was upset that what had disappeared? One of the bags of gold, right? But Jack convinced her to let him in, didn't he? Let's keep reading, Sunshines. Then the giant took out a fat red hen and shouted, "Lay!" To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg. Jack waited until the giant was asleep. Then when the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and snatched the hen. Fast as lightning, he dashed out of the house, along the road, and down the beanstalk. So the giant had a red hen. What could the red hen do? Lay golden eggs. So what did Jack decide to do? He decided to take the hen down the beanstalk. What do you think is going to happen next, boys and girls? Let's keep reading and find out. Jack and his mother lived very well on money they made from the hen's golden eggs, but Jack wanted to climb the beanstalk one last time. He knew the giant's wife would not let him in again, so when she wasn't looking, he sneaked into the house and crawled into the cupboard. Before long, the giant came crashing in. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman," he thundered. "You smell the steaks I've cooked," his wife said, and she put a platter of steaks in front of him. So Sunshine's Jack decided to go back up the beanstalk again, didn't he? Was Jack being brave? Yes, he was. After gobbling up the steaks, the giant took out a golden harp and said, "Sing!" The harp played a lullaby, and soon the giant was fast asleep. Jack sprang out, took the harp, and began to run. But the harp cried, "Master! Master!" And the giant woke up. With a roar, he leapt up and ran after Jack. So the giant had a what? a golden harp that could sing. But what happened? That's right. Jack tried to take the harp, but the harp could talk and it started to cry. What do you think is going to happen, Sunshines? Let's keep reading. Holding the harp tightly, Jack scrambled down the beanstalk and yelled, "Mother! Mother! Bring the axe!" Jack took the axe and started to chop down the beanstalk. The giant quickly climbed back up to the top before it snapped in two. And that was the last time Jack saw him. With the hen and the magic harp, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, and they were never hungry again. The end. Sunshines, did you enjoy that story of Jack and the Beanstalk? What was the problem in the story? That's right. Jack decided to take the cow that his mother told him to take to the market to sell and exchange it for food. But did Jack do that? No, he didn't. What did he exchange it for? Magic beans. And when the magic beans were thrown out of the window, it grew into what? A beanstalk. Jack decided to climb the beanstalk and met who? The giants. That's right. Was Jack being mischievous while he was up there? Yes. Can you recall some of the things that Jack took? A bag of coins, a red hen that laid golden eggs, and a golden harp. Was the giant happy with Jack? No, he wasn't. What was the giant known for doing to children? That's right, Sunshines, eating children. So at the end of the story, what happened? Jack cut down the beanstalk and he never saw the giant again. And did him and his mother live happily ever after? Yes, they did. Sunshines, there were a lot of words in the story that begin with the letter B and the B sound. Can you tell me some of the words? Beanstalk. Beanstalk begins with the letter B. B. Can you give me another word? Brave. Brave begins with the letter B. And B makes what sound? B. Good job, Sunshine. Can you give me one more word? Bean. Bean begins with the letter B. Good job, Sunshines, telling me all about the letter B and the letter B sound. Sunshines, I'm so happy that you have learned a lot with the letter B. Can you remember the first letter that we talked about? Letter A. And what was the character's name? Adventurous Annie. And A makes the short A sound and long A sound. And this week we talked about the letter B. And who was our friend this week? Bookie Ben. And Bookie Ben makes the B sound. That's right. So Sunshines, next week, we're going to introduce a brand new adventure character to you. So if we have A and we have B, what letter comes next? Did somebody say C? Good job, Sunshines. Next week, we will dive into learning all about the letter C, and we have a brand new character to introduce to you, so make sure you join us bright and early Monday morning for another story time and learning and fun with Mrs. C. Sunshines, this is the end of story time. Did you enjoy Bookie Ben on this week? Bookie Ben wants you to continue practicing your letter B and the letter B sound. And until next Monday, Sunshines, keep reading Sunshines, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.